Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our EGM Securities Update. We've got Gaurav, who's our market guru in Dubai. So let's move to what is quite a hot topic. It's the price of oil. We've come back a little bit, Gaurav, from the highs that we saw, the year highs we saw a few weeks back. I saw a report out of Colombia that's talking about the risk that Trump unloads some oil from his special reserve because he's coming up in front of an election. He doesn't want angry consumers at the polls. How is that looking in totality to you? And of course, we've got this big data point that comes every week.
I'm quite bullish on the prospects for crude oil going forward. I think I'm expecting to see it stabilize between $75 and $80 a barrel through the end and the beginning of 2019. Again, a lot of the supply chain disruptions as a result of Iranian crude being taken off the market is supporting this view. It'll be interesting to see what OPEC's stance is during the last meeting in 2018. But overall, yes, I think 75 to 80 with a view of through February or March of next year is very, very likely. We're also going to look at some crude oil inventory data points that are releasing today. Starting at 2:30 GMT, we do have crude inventories due out today. Expectations are for crude buildups of upwards of about 3 million barrels. Last week we had crude buildups of about 6 million barrels. So this should have a little bit of pressure, downside pressure on crude prices through today's trading session. But overall, Ali Khan, I'm liking long positions in crude at 71. That's the US oil contract at equities platform at 71. And I think I expect to see crude ranging between 71 and 73 through the weeks ahead.
You know, there's been all these issues with Saudi Arabia and the death of this journalist in the consulate. And then there was some quite intemperate responses by the Saudis talking about how, you know, the oil price could go to 100 and 200. Are you discounting that just as noise, or do you think that traders should think about what Al Arabiya, in fact, the editor of Al Arabiya, said in that interview?
Well, when it comes to crude oil prices, again, it's very, very determined on what OPEC has to say now. We've seen historically in the past 2 years, OPEC comes out with a lot of mixed messages, and it really changes the trend of oil prices. Overall, I would suggest if crude traders are interested in actually taking good advantages of crude opportunities, it would make sense to continue focusing on the data. These weekly inventories are very, very good key points. And overall, yes, the OPEC meeting will be one of the main things that I'm watching out for towards the end of this year.